Welcome to Van Andel Soccer Stadium here on the beautiful campus of Hope College, Holland, Michigan. I am here with my co-host, with the co-most, the bud in the booth, the man of the hour, Mr. Lance Pello.
Hello, Paul Willard.
How are you doing?
A beautiful day at Van Andel Soccer Stadium. The sun is just starting to head down over the horizon. The field is halfway shaded, halfway beautiful sunshine. Fall is just starting. I love on the video you can see that those leaves are just starting to change, which means it's soccer season. It's fall on Hope College's campus.
Yeah, no better place to be in the world other than Holland, Michigan right now. No better place to be at Van Andel Soccer Stadium on the campus of Hope College, where we have a huge matchup today between our Flying Dutchman and the #1 ranked defending national champion Maroons out of the University of Chicago.
This is like the Tesla of soccer. Am I right? It is. It is everything you could imagine. I was looking through the roster earlier today, and wow, I think Texas, believe it or not, is the #1 state for their number of students that they've got, number of athletes, and just players from all around the country, all around the globe. U Chicago is the standard, and how wonderful that our Dutchmen get to play U Chicago tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking forward to a really fantastic contest here. Last year, Hope College went down to U Chicago and lost 3-0 in that game down there, and they're looking to maybe get a little revenge in this game and get a little pushback on the previous stat line. See what they can do out here against the Maroons tonight. The Maroons, of course, the defending Division III national champions. As the players take to the field with our little team out there.
Yeah, USA. I happen to be a coach of the United Soccer Athletes. Got my son Sully sitting right next to me. I'm his coach, so it's super exciting to see the USA players out, both with U Chicago and with the Hope Flying Dutchman tonight.
Yeah, that's a really nice touch. Makes it feel like a big match type of feel.
For sure.
It mirrors the Prem League, and we're going to kick off here and get our national anthem started, and we'll be right back with you.
Today's non-league contest between the Maroons of the University of Chicago and your Hope College Flying Dutchman. Here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the University of Chicago, a senior from Radnor, Pennsylvania, #0, Will Boyas. A junior from Milford, #2, Jack Luker. A sophomore from San Diego, California, #7, Kai Walsh. A senior from Southlake, Texas, #13, Robbie Pino. A senior from Edmond, Oklahoma, #14, Ryan Yadashevsky. A sophomore from Great Falls, Virginia, #16, George Lynn. A freshman from San Diego, California, #19, Nick Lohr. A freshman from Glenview, Illinois, #23, Evan Canelos. A junior from Acton, Massachusetts, #24, Lyndon Hugh. A junior from Miami, Florida, #26, Danny Mendoza. And a sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, #29, Alex Gomez. Head coach for the University of Chicago is Philip Croft. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's the starting lineup for your Hope College Flying Dutchman. A junior from Barrington, Illinois, #1, Daniel Hesselbein. A senior from Byron Center, #2, Colton Baker. A sophomore from Mundelein, Illinois, #5, Cole Pauley. A senior from Grand Rapids, #6, Ethan Jensen. A senior from Farmington Hills, #10, Matt Wimmer. A senior from Marshall, #11, Jake Lyon. A freshman from Naperville, Illinois, #13, Josh Weigel. A freshman from East Grand Rapids, #16, Caden Chenlow. A senior from Alto, #17, Ole Olson. A junior from Spring Lake, #21, Ben Bush. And a sophomore from Grand Ledge, #24, Matthew Davidson. Head coach for the Flying Dutchman is Dave Blonick. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise. Gentlemen, if you would, please remove your caps. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Here we are. Player introductions are done, right? We're at Van Andel Soccer Stadium, setting the stage for everyone. Setting the stage for everyone here. Flying Dutchman in the orange. U Chicago Maroons naturally in the maroon. That makes sense for them.
What is a maroon anyway, Paul?
What is a maroon?
Yep.
My alma mater college colors were maroon and gold. So at Central Michigan University. So Flying Dutchman and the Maroons taking the field. The sun is setting. There's a beautiful shadow on the pitch right now, as you can see. Just a big fight feel here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium tonight. Chicago, like we mentioned, the defending national champions, coming into this game on an undefeated streak at the moment. And the Flying Dutch coming off a huge victory against Olivet last week, earlier this week, which I had the pleasure of calling with Matt Margarone. A lot of fun in that game.
Yeah, the light switch turned on. We got 3 goals in the second half last week.
Did.
Let's keep that momentum going.
Thanks be to 2 red cards on either side of the ball game, but not something that you really want to see, especially when one of them is Mario Hrvicevic, who now has to sit for this game.
Yeah.
Hope's outstanding outside left midfielder. But, one of those things that happened in that Olivet game, Lance, is that it really opened up the offense to be more creative. They had to play with a man down the entire time, so they were super, super creative with their ball movement, their runs, and you saw the Flying Dutchman start to have some of that good momentum moving forward in goal-scoring opportunities, which they're going to need tonight against the Maroons of Chicago.
Yeah, and the Maroons come right out and Hope not applying high pressure, which is probably a discussion that happened in the locker room in the last couple days with Coach Blahnik.
Yeah.
But I'm sure U Chicago is just into their ball control mindset. Here we got a chance pretty quickly.
Cole Pauly kicking that ball out to the outside edge of the 18. Maroons now, with a nice move on the outside edge, looking to send it in. And Caden Chenlow, the freshman out of East Grand Rapids for the Flying Dutch, blocking that ball out of bounds for an early corner kick for the Maroons here. One of the things that we saw the other day in both in the Dutchman and in Olivet's strategy is that they played a lot of short corners when I was calling that game, and it looks like Chicago Maroons are going to go long here on this one, looking to send it right into the mixer here. Ball going in, kind of a line drive there, easily cleared out by the Dutchman. Ball put back in, and a dangerous curve on that as it went straight into the box, and the referee is going to call a foul on that as one of the Maroons players went to the ground and took out, it looked like Jake Lyon or maybe Cole Paul, center of the 18 there.
Yeah, Chicago packing it inside that 6-yard box on that corner kick. I think they know exactly where they want to put that ball. You didn't see much movement from them, so I'm anticipating on corners we're going to see some pretty accurate balls into the box.
Ball now sent really beautiful long ball there by Matt Davidson down the line for an on-running Ben Bush, who just could not get there in time. Ben Bush turning on the wheels as he has stepped into a vital and important role this year already, and has played a tremendous job at the 9 or the 10 spot up top.
Yeah, Dutchman's still dealing with some injuries from some key players. So, we look down at the bench. We know it's a long bench. Not all those guys are going to get in tonight, but some of those guys like Ben need to step up and make the most of those moments. When those injuries are over and done with, they may go right back to the bench. But, man, if you impress Coach Blahnik in a game like tonight, you're going to get some PT.
Yeah, absolutely. Maroons now moving the ball dangerous across. That ball just skips right through every single player, it seems. Ball now sent in, blocked by Jake Lyon. He'll clear it out, but unfortunately drops right for the Dutchman. Unfortunately drops right to a Maroons player. Ball out now on the far side. Lance, what I'm seeing right now from the Maroons a lot is they're playing the ball really squarely back to the center part of the field as much as possible. There's a lot of back touches. They're not doing a whole lot of full field switches. They're working through that center back, who is Alex Gomez, a sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia, who from this vantage point up here looks like he's about 6'7", 225. I'm not sure exactly how big he is.
He's solid.
But he looks like a brick wall.
Yeah.
And that's not just because of his jersey color. So Maroons now with a dangerous play in. Nice little flick on there. Maroons still maintaining a tremendous amount of possession in this half here. Nice block by Caden Chenlow down here on this near side as the Maroons are going to work to look the nice little move there by Chenlow as he's driving down the pitch. Long send now to Ben Bush as he's on his horse driving down the field, gets the turn around the corner, trying to get around Gomez. He's unable to do so, but that's going to be a throw-in now for the Flying Dutchman. What a great hustle play by Ben Bush.
Just need a little possession, right? Like, I think when a team that you're facing is so good, you think, uh-oh, got to get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
When in reality, if you keep it at your foot, maybe you have better chances.
Yeah. Cole Pauly now known for his tremendously long throw-ins as he's going to look to put that right in the center, almost in the center of the 18, and he surely does as that ball bounces around, and there are a couple of heads on it as Chicago's looking to clear that ball out now. Ball comes to the feet of Matt Wimmer now, who has the ball on this near side, plays it to Caden Chenlow, and that ball's just going to skate right on by as he's unable to corral it for a decent enough touch to try to move it to his fellow teammates there.
Again, just a little miscommunication there.
Yeah.
One checking two, ball goes away. And sure enough, there goes the offensive opportunity.
Yeah, Chicago, known obviously, like we said, as the defending national champions in Division III. Brand new coach this year, though, and they had a brand new coach last year who took them to the Division III national championship, and then left for the University of Denver women's team. So, Chicago kind of in a state of flux, but it surely does not seem that they are showing any cracks in their armor at this moment.
With the Tesla, I think you just take one battery out and put another one in, and it just keeps going.
It does. It surely does. Run on now for Ben Bush as he's going to get on his wheels again. Alex Gomez there with a nice defensive play. Now chasing down as Gomez looks to take a little bit of a dive there.
Here's your center back getting involved right here, right?
Yeah.
That's what you love as a coach. When you've got space, take it.
Yeah.
Nice tackle. Good recovery by Hope.
Evan Canelos on this far side here, throwing his arms up in the air for UChicago, saying, I'm wide open. Look at me. I can build a Walmart out here. I've got so much space. And the Maroons taking their time, of course. A lot, again, what you're seeing on the field here is just a lot of play right back through the center backs to the wing backs and then across back through the center again to work the ball out to the outside and then to get it up the line back in the middle again. That's exactly what UChicago's done all game. But Hope, to their credit, has done a fantastic job of collapsing, not really trying to put any high pressure on those backs who are maintaining the ball at the center line. And they're just doing a really great job of sticking on their defensive marks as best they can.
Yes, feels a little bit like Spain coming out, right? Controlling 90% of the ball and just going back each time.
Yeah.
But once again, you'll notice if you're watching on our video here that the center back is now up by the top of the circle. So 5 yards at a time, moving up, just means that you are that much closer to getting in on the attack.
Ben Bush with a little flick on that just barely missed. I think he was trying to look for either Ethan Jansen or an on-running Josh Weigel there. Hope, of course, Matt Margarone and I have talked about another broadcast, the tremendous amount of first-year players that Coach Dave Blahnik has brought into this squad. Matt Davidson now just content to clear that ball down the sideline. But, there are 14 brand new first-time Hope College soccer players on our squad at this moment.
Yeah.
And that you would think, would mess with the team chemistry. It would throw things off a little bit. But from what I've heard from the players and what we've heard from Coach Blahnik and Paulo Wakala, a veteran player who's no longer on the team, just that it has been just a testament to how the brotherhood of Hope College soccer works and how well these teams and these men are gelling together with one another.
Yeah, and I think as a coach, whether it's in the club side of things or whether it's in the college side of things, as a ball crossed through, Hesselbein snags that one.
Yeah.
There's tryouts every year.
Yeah.
So it takes you a little while, 3, 4, 5, 7 games to understand what you have.
Yeah.
And you recruit these athletes, you're excited about them. Some think they're going to walk right on and play big minutes. Mm-hmm. But as a coach, you have to figure out who are the right people in the right positions. And that's still going to take time for Blahnik, just a couple years into coaching too here at Hope. So it's going to take him a while to figure out what he needs from his guys and who can do it for him.
Yeah, but a true testament to Dave Blahnik and the culture that he's building here is that the squad of young men are able to work together and gel together so well, regardless of the fact that, like we said, there's 14 new ones. Biggs ball right at the top of the box, but Cole Pauly's going to win that on the header every single time as the big 6'3" defender out of Mundelein, Illinois, takes that ball cleanly and heads it away for the Dutchman. But UChicago still putting a ton of pressure on, a lot of work again through the midfield, doing very classical soccer, right? I mean, this is textbook soccer, ball movement.
One touch pass.
That's right.
Yep. Movement into space, giving yourself a one-on-one opportunity, just like we're seeing now. It doesn't work, put it back. There you go. Counterattack
Nice
is where we're going to need to go here.
Josh Weigel with the ball, running up the pitch, looking for the long send now on this near side to Ethan Jansen as Jansen runs onto the ball. He's got the ball looking for his mates, looking to send it back in. Ball out to Matt Davidson now, who just has a little bit of a mishit. And number 7, Kai Walsh for the University of Chicago, running onto that very quickly. Ryan Yadashevsky now giving chase to Hesselbein. Yadashevsky being one of the team leaders on this UChicago squad who, as I was reading before this game, has scored a has an average of like 3.5 shots per game on goal. Are you laughing at Ethan's little?
No, I'm laughing at 3.5 shots per game. Like,
yes.
we would gladly take that from any of the Flying Dutchmen.
And almost, I think, nearly 1.5 goals per game is what Ryan Yadashevsky is working with right now, or at least that was maybe last year's stats. But a great player is Yadashevsky, as he is. Oh, a nice step in there by Ole Olsen. Now out to Ben Bush, who looks to work it around to Josh Weigel on the far side. Weigel now with the ball back to Olsen. Little dinkin' and dunkin' around here for the Hope College Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, this looks a
nice
little bit like U Chicago's way of playing.
Sure does. Settle the ball down. You know, they say, you know, whatever you can do, I can do better here, right? And that's what the Dutchmen are going to try to do. As Caden Chenlow kicks it off of number 23, Evan Canelos, for the U Chicago Maroons here, and it'll be a throw-in now. Colton Baker, number 2, on the near sideline here, going to take the throw, looking to put it down the line. Misses Ben Bush there. Ball now in the center of the field. U Chicago looking to move it, and a beautiful sent ball there to Yadashevsky, who puts it on to a running. Oh, and that Jake Lyon.
Just outside the box.
Just outside the box. From behind, Jake Lyon's going to get an immediate yellow card for that. You know, as speedy as Jake Lyon is and as fast as his legs move, he just couldn't get there in time, got tripped up and ran right into the back of number 7, Kai Walsh, who was sent just an absolute perfect ball from Ryan Yadashevsky across the field.
Yeah, and when you're coming across playing defense like that, like you're going for the ball, but when you're moving laterally and they're moving straight ahead, advantage offense.
For sure.
So a nice foul, thank goodness it's outside of the box.
Yeah.
But I anticipate some pinpoint accuracy from the nation's top team.
Yes. It looks like Jack Luker, or I can't see who the other player is there, out there looking to take the free kick here as Hope sets their wall. Hesselbein telling his fellow teammates where he wants them to be. The referee giving some sort of lecture here, like these students are in their college classrooms at the moment, it seems. Not sure what's going on there. I don't see.
They're all in attendance, Paul.
Puts the ball through, blocked by Jake Lyon, who catches that ball off of his foot, and a beautiful wall set there by the Hope College Flying Dutchman. Cole Pauly with the diving header now. Jake Lyon with the left-footed clearance, and it's just going to bounce right to these 3 defensive backs for the Maroons, who are just parked at the midline.
And balls seem to come out to them in their path, which is always a huge advantage. Here we go.
Ben Bush now with a little bit of a mishandle there, but Hope College still putting the pressure on the Maroons here. Number 24 with the ball, that's Lyndon Hu, looking to pass the ball up. Looking to put a shot on goal, but blocked easily by the Dutchman. Hesselbein going to say, leave, 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 that's mine. You know, he's going to be slow to pick that up as Ryan Yadashevsky steps in and trying to be a little bit cheeky there, but nothing doing. Ryan Yadashevsky now running out. Caden Chenlow with a little bit of a mishit. Maroons still possessing the ball here. Just a beautiful formation from the Chicago Maroons there. They just play so well in these little pods, right? Like we've talked about all game. They're moving the ball side to side. They're moving it backwards. Then it's going side to side again. And they, like you were talking about, Lance, pass and move, run to space.
Soccer
make
is
an opening.
A game of triangles, right? Like
absolutely.
If left, right, up, forward, just those angles that you need. And whatever space you get, take it, push it back out.
Yeah.
Once again, you'll notice that left back, right back moving up 10, 15 yards. Open space right in the middle.
Caden Chenlow now with the header out. But, you know, one of the things that I'm seeing from the Dutchmen is that they are just, because of the high pressure that Chicago is putting on, they are just content to get the ball out as fast as they can. And what you're seeing now, because of those center backs there, and those mid and the side backs here, they're just parking at the line, and they're getting every cleanup ball that Hope is heading out or that Hope is clearing out of their end. And Hope hasn't been able to control it down and be able to form a counterattack yet. So I'm looking to see maybe if that's something Coach Blahnik's going to talk about at halftime here, as this surely has been the story of the first half, with UChicago possessing the ball seemingly, I don't know, maybe 70, 60% of the time.
Yeah, I think either we're going to have to be content with this style of play and hope for a quick transition goal.
Yep.
Or we're going to have to change things up a little bit. I would imagine this is going to tire our guys out.
Yes.
So guys off the bench need to be in and ready to go in the moments when Coach calls on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball now back at the center here, looking at the near side. UChicago still not able to put anything across, really. They're mostly just hovering around, somewhere around the 50-yard mark away from the goal here. Just kind of hovering, waiting like a tiger, a lion.
Pounce, ready to pounce.
That's right. Shot on goal now. Hesselbein with a mishandle. Wow, what a dangerous play there. Hesselbein mishandling that. It looked like he had possession of it, and then when he fell to the ground, the ball popped loose, and Ryan Yudashevsky was there, but I think Maddie Davidson able to clear that ball out and make a big difference here. Really a goal-saving strike there from Matt Davidson, who was able to clear that ball out.
Once again, another direct corner kick. That's what we saw there.
Ole Olsen now to the clearance with Ben Bush, and now Hope on the counterattack as Josh Weigel puts on the wheels, looking for Ethan Jansen. Back to Josh Weigel here, who's running down this near side. Hope looking to maintain pressure on this UChicago defense, who just is able to stick their foot on the ball, and somehow it's like a magnet, Lance. It just stays right there, and they're able to just contain that ball and hold it. But what a great sequence from the Hope College Flying Dutchman. You got to love that if you're a fan of the Dutchman. And a great sense of speed there from Josh Weigel to get down the pitch, and a nice 1-2 touch pass there between Weigel and Ethan Jansen.
Paul, you and I have played together. Our first touch does not mimic UChicago. Every ball that comes in, from a 40-yard bomb to a 4-yard pass, is immediately in the place where the next touch can be a pass.
Yeah.
Hope needs to do that, right? On those defensive moments, instead of 5 yards, they need to keep it 2 yards, so that they can clear the ball out under control and once again get some attack in there.
And that's what I was talking about just a little moment ago. But the hard thing about that, Lance, is, as you and I both know, is that if you try to control the ball with a header or with a chest outside of your 18, you're immediately going to be met with an immense amount of pressure, especially with as high as UChicago is playing right here. Ball sent across now, really long. That ball's going to sail to the other side of the 18 for Ole Olsen to just clear it out off of the far touchline there, and into the woods it goes. Our student ball chasers on the other side there are thinking, oh no, not back there.
They don't get paid enough. They do not get paid enough.
No, they don't.
Poison ivy, whatever it is back there.
I've been back there many times chasing balls, and I have gotten thorns in my legs that have just stayed there, I think, for a few days. But that's okay. It's all part of the fun.
That's right.
Ball now on the far side here for the Maroons. If you're just joining us, we've had an excellent first half of soccer here. There's about 20 minutes gone thus far in the game. Extraordinary play in the midfield and by their backs. Ryan Yudashevsky with a shot on goal, easily cleared out there now by Colton Baker. As Ben Bush now looking to form a counterattack, plays it to Ethan Jansen for an on-running Ben Bush, who's not going to get there in time. Just some excellent plays there for Hope as they're looking to form that counterattack, and that looks like it's going to be the story of the match here, Lance.
It's there, Paul, but it's got to be perfect, right? If we have 4 chances, 3 of them might go by the wayside, but we've got to capitalize, and that might have been the best of the half that we've had so far.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Lance, what are you seeing from Hope in terms of their offensive sets here? It's not been much, right? We've talked a lot about Hope's defense and how they're unable to just kind of control the ball and then move it forward for a counterattack. But what are you seeing from Hope offensively, and what do they need to do?
You know, as a coach, I sometimes I don't want my players to stop the momentum, right? I don't want them to stop. But when there's nobody up that they can engage with on an offensive attack, you have to slow it down until your teammates can come in. But, you know, UChicago, right, is swarming, and there's another good example.
Yeah.
Even in the face of 2 defenders, they're putting it underneath our legs right to the foot of their teammate.
Yep.
But we've just got to control the ball and bring in those extra attackers. And on that ball, like that last one that went through just, you know, maybe a foot or 2 too far in front, and it means a turnover versus a good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and one of the things, again, that we just saw there with the big Jake Lyon clearance out of that play that skated under Matt Wimmer's foot for UChicago is that Jake Lyon didn't have any other choice but to clear it out. I mean, as soon as that ball was back on that 18, he immediately had 3 or 4 Maroons from the University of Chicago just around him. So there's no time to corral it and move it forward. Just the level of fitness and the level of high pressure that the Maroons of UChicago are putting on. That's why they're the defending national champions. That's why they're #1 in the country and why they continue to play well. Tom DeVries now running on, gets pushed down to the ground from behind.
Should be a card too,
yeah.
And indeed it is.
Immediately a card from behind. UChicago not too happy with that, as the booking looks like to be number 19, Nick Lohr, as he was chasing down Tom DeVries and straight up put his hand right in Tom DeVries' back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this game tonight, this is Soccer 101. Tom DeVries, his first touch of receiving, seals off that defender.
Yeah.
So not only does it give you extra time, but it does exactly what just happened. It leads to fouls as well. If he runs alongside that defender, now that defender takes over the ball. Tom, beautiful. And now let's finish on this one to make it worth it.
Yeah, really excellent work. Tom DeVries drawing a penalty kick foul in the Olivet game that I called, and then it had a beautiful finish for that PK as well. So earning, not only earning the PK, but also scoring the PK was Tom DeVries in that Olivet game. Looks like Ethan Jansen and Matt Davidson on the ball here, looking to strike it, maybe far post, and just woo, ball sailing out of the outstretched hand there. But you got to love that play from Hope, and you really got to love what Tom DeVries brought to that play right there by being able to put Hope in a position for a scoring opportunity, which they may not have very many of in this game.
We'll make sure, Paul, let's go back and talk about that free kick, because the way Hope lined up was similar to how UChicago lined up for theirs. And I just want to talk a little bit. We have a time here. You'll notice that there's a guy on the left and the right of the ball. What that does is it keeps the goalkeeper guessing as to whether or not he's going to use his wall or not. So you've seen both teams now do that. And once again, there has to be an understanding between those 2 potential shooters as to who's going to go with it and where they're going to go.
Yeah, I've been in situations before, either playing indoor, which you and I have played together on a team, or outdoor, which you and I have also played together on a team. You know, one of the things that I love about those free kicks is that you can keep people guessing the entire time. And I always try to whisper when I'm next to my fellow teammate, and I always just say, just lay it off. Just lay it. Just touch. Because I'm in a position at that moment, I'm seeing something from that particular vantage point. And that's the beautiful thing about having 2 line up there, like you were talking about. Not only does the goalkeeper not know where it's going, but you can really play some trickery and play some mind games with the wall and with how you are going to shoot the shot.
Yeah, so many options in that. And once again, very dangerous right outside of that box.
Tom DeVries now with the big clearance off of the far touchline. Sub in now. We're looking at number 10, David Schuster for the University of Chicago, taking out number 26. That's Danny Mendoza, the junior out of Miami, Florida, from the ominous-sounding Ransom Everglades High School. I wouldn't want to go to that school.
I don't. They're
feel like
probably
I might be in trouble.
They're probably not the Maroons, Paul. I'll tell you that.
They're probably not. They're probably the thing.
Something a little.
Ball now here, working through the middle to number 13, putting a shot on goal, or kind of thought it was a shot on goal, but it was more of like a little touch into the box. Yeah, foul there. Ethan Jansen, again, doing those textbook things, like you said, Lance, putting himself between the man and the ball and just gets run over by Alex Gomez.
And look who's up in the attack, right? Our center back that moved up on a previous play and stayed up. Maybe that's why he's a center back. Maybe that's why he's a little too physical up front.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Ethan Jansen's also a big guy. And that Alex Gomez looks like he's got a good few inches on Ethan Jansen even. So, again, tremendous, nice play by Ole Olsen. Good little footwork here now. Ball in the middle, looking for support, but just doesn't have it and just loses the touch a little bit. Fighting back now. Nice step in by Colton Baker there. Quick touch now above the top to Tom DeVries, looking to put it on Ethan Jansen with the runner.
There's a goal!
Ethan Jansen with the far post goal. Off an
Boom
assist from
goes
Tom
the
DeVries.
dynamite, Paul.
Boom. Indeed.
There it is. Wow.
Wow.
And once again, right, that first touch, Tom DeVries touching it off, laying it right in front of his teammate, and what a finish, and what a shock to the Maroons.
Yeah, what a shock. Just a tremendous amount of work, a tremendous amount of teamwork there going in between the Flying Dutchmen. Flying Dutchmen cannot let off the gas pedal now because the Maroons, they've got a chip on their shoulder right now. They said, we drove 3.5 hours to Holland, Michigan. We're not going to lose this game.
100%.
And we're not going to get scored on by a little give and go, even though it was the most beautiful give and go.
I love it.
It was a great play. Boom goes the dynamite. Indeed.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Tom DeVries being involved in that play. Cole Pauly now with a dangerous little back header there that seems to land in control again like a magnet at the feet of the Maroons, as Caden Chenlo with some excellent defense there, poking the ball out of bounds, giving the Maroons a throw in here on the near touch.
Speaking of poking, Paul, don't poke the bear, right? This is
That's right.
We got to be minding our P's and Q's here. And there's a perfect example of a clearance right in the path. Another one right in the path of a Maroon.
Yeah. Hope College signaling that number 10 was offsides on that play, I believe. But the ref, obviously, Hesselbein controlling that, not giving the free kick there, as Hesselbein's going to take this punt. Put it, about seemingly 60 yards down the field, as Ethan Jansen thought it was going to land right on his thigh, but did not. And Alex Gomez for the Maroons taking charge of it. Now ball on the far side, and here's the Maroons that we're used to from this first part of the first half, working that ball back through their center backs, working that ball through the wings, looking for some give and goes and opening up space. But Hope doing a fantastic job with their fitness, maintaining that pressure, and keeping the Maroons at bay for now, as they are certainly trying to get the ball into the mix. Shot on goal now. Wow, what a beautiful shot on goal. Hesselbein able to push that one to the side, and it's going to be a corner kick for University of Chicago. How about that shot?
Yeah, so once again, time over time, right? When Hope is used to stepping back, taking a couple steps back because they keep trying to, penetrate the defense, all of a sudden you've got a 20-yard shot that's wide open like that one. So we still have to apply pressure. Once again, here's another one of those corner kicks. Look at them all inside the box here.
Oh, my goodness. Lots of orange, lots of maroon. Ball in now, headed out. Wimmer to win it. Handball, yep. Number 20, that's a handball on number 24 there for the Maroons. Lyndon Hu, a junior out of Acton, Massachusetts. I have no idea where Acton, Massachusetts is. Do you?
It's a hotbed for soccer, I tell you what.
Apparently.
If he's a starter for University of Chicago.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Two subs looking to check into the game here at the next stoppage of time. We've got Michael Dietz for the Flying Dutchman looking to check in here. DeVries just patiently playing, waiting for those balls to drop in, as he has done a phenomenal job and had much success shielding the defender away from the ball.
He's been a difference maker since coming into the game, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And what do you expect? Tom DeVries, right? Like, old, reliable, always in the right spot, always doing the right thing. Never, talking too much to the ref, never doing anything he's not supposed to, just does what he's supposed to.
Tom DeVries, ironically enough, is our student athlete feature of the week in our game day program here, Lance. So
it's a good head of lettuce on that Tom DeVries too. Look at that hair.
We can no longer get confused between Ethan Jansen and Tom DeVries like we did last year.
That's right.
Ethan Jansen cut his hair.
Yeah, a little shorter.
It's a little shorter.
Yeah.
Ethan Jansen, I believe, someone told me shaved his head, like I did over the
There you go, Paul.
over the summer, and so his curliness has taken a while to grow back. Wow, what a dangerous ball sent across there, and the Maroons just keeping this high pressure going, but Hope's stalwart defense able to clear it out every single time. They've got to just be frustrating the University of Chicago right now. But with a team as good as they are, they're likely to maintain their composure very easily.
Sometimes in these games, Paul, I wonder, could Cole Polley be on the other side of this field, right? Could he play for the national champions? And I do. I think he's so solid in that back, and he has been getting his head on all those balls back there and clearing them out. Thank goodness we have him back there. Look who's right inside the box right now, number 29.
Yes.
Gomez just lurking and waiting. We'll take that
Chicago
every day.
Yeah, that ball was spinning a mile a minute there. I knew that ball was going to curve out of bounds as soon as he struck it. But you got to take that shot. That ball's bouncing right to you with some momentum. You're running onto it with some momentum. You got to try to put your leg.
Give it a try.
Yeah,
give
absolutely.
it a try.
Maroons now with the ball. Ryan Yadashevsky taking control of it. Michael Dietz now with the big clear, looking down the far side for Tom DeVries, who looks to get ahead on it, unable to do so. Corralled in by the Maroons, who are just content to work it back to their center back here. We're looking at that center back now. It looks like they've switched positions a little bit. It used to be Alex Gomez, number 29, who was sitting in that center position, and now
creeping over to that wing back position.
Yeah,
with the ball right now.
Nice little roll there, continuing to roll the ball, lays it off now for number 24, back to number 23 for the Maroons. Maroons sending it in, dangerous ball there. Yadashevsky, and Hesselbein is right there to make that play and save that. Just like speaking of old reliable, Mr. Daniel Hesselbein.
What a ball in, right? Just
beautiful ball
over the outstretched head of both of our backs. And luckily he didn't have enough power on that to put it where he wanted, so it came right back into Hesselbein's hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Hesselbein, keeper who was injured most of last season and was subbed in for by a fantastic playing Keegan DeKuyper last year as well. So Hope's goalkeeper, what do you call it? Sophomores, I believe, as well. So Hope's going to be very good at the goalkeeper position for a number of years to come.
Yeah, and that makes a coach happy when we don't have to go out and recruit somebody. I know the women's program has had some trouble with that the last couple of years of just finding someone can be steady and reliable back there. I know they've got a great keeper right now.
Yes,
but I
Clara
just
Feenstra.
just heard yesterday that another young lady has joined the squad, a player from the Grand Rapids area that had played goalie in high school. So backup keeper now on the roster.
Okay, wonderful. Ball sent in now. Cole Pauley again winning those balls back there, as we would expect a 6'3" defender to do. But Cole Pauley just, like you mentioned, an unbelievable first team all MIAA player last year, along with Mario Hrvacevic, I believe, and just a phenomenal season for Cole Pauley, as it was his first season with the Flying Dutchman, stepping into that center back role and just completely owning the field anytime he was on it.
So unfortunate hit there by the Maroons, but you can see what they're doing. Once again, when we're expecting that driven ball straight in, and then you put a ball, curve it to the back post, once again, you're creeping forward because you're anticipating that ball, and just one step, if that ball is served correctly, can get in behind the defense and open somebody up on that far post.
Yeah, absolutely. Hesselbein now looking to give a big boot as this ball is going to drop just on the other side of the midline.
Looked like a deflection to me.
Yeah, definitely looked like a deflection, and seemingly every player on the field that is wearing an orange jersey was ready to get that call made in their favor. Maroons now sending the ball across the pitch, looking to nice step in there from Michael Dietz. Josh Weigel now on the run, looking to play it to DeVries. DeVries playing it back to Jake Lyon, who's just now going to work the ball around. Send it long now. Josh Weigel on the far side, looking to do something with it as he goes up against the Maroons defense, seemingly almost by himself there, alone out on that far touchline. Caden Chenlow now putting on the wheels, looking to put some pressure on that, make number 23 make a mistake for the Maroons, but unfortunately for the Dutch, he was able to just corral it and make a nice play, keep the ball moving up the pitch.
Dutchmen retreat well and
yes, they do.
Pack it in here again.
But what a great formation that they've had defensively all game, right? You know, that's one of that is it's what Hope is known for, and one of the reasons why Hope played to so many ties last year is because, number one, because of the new rule about not going into overtime, but number two, because our defense has been so solid. And you look at the goals given up versus, we didn't have many goal scoring opportunities. Nice move there by number 10. Michael Dietz taking the ball out on the far side now, looking to play it into DeVries, who tries to turn and just careens off of his foot in the right direction, just a little bit too far from where he wanted to go.
Yeah, there's the difference, right? Just one little extra touch. And here's another good example.
Yes.
Boom, next touch is ready to go. So we've got to do that too. We've got to match their intensity and their skill level.
Ethan Jansen now with the smart clearance there, as Alex Gomez was certainly right on his back, ready to do something with that ball should Ethan Jansen try to even dribble it out of the back by the 18 there. Ball back to the middle now. Chicago just content to work it through the middle as number 16 goes unmarked for just seemingly 20, 30 yards maybe, before Matt Wimmer steps in and knocks that ball out of bounds. We've got two subs coming in now. We've got Reese Brown coming in for the Dutchman, number 12 for UChicago. That's Mina Gobia. And then I didn't see who else. Number 15?
I believe so. Here
yes.
at the right back position.
Jed Horowitz.
Yeah.
Out of New York.
Yeah, not too upset with Gomez out of the game. I think that makes me somewhat happy.
Yeah.
If I'm a coach here too, Paul, right? 8 minutes remaining in the half. I'm going to expect my team to perform well and preserve this 1-0 goal going into halftime. Let's make sure that we are marking our players and clearing the ball with authority like that one right there.
Oh, nice ball there to DeVries, who's running onto it now, looking, a nice little cheeky turn. Ball out to the far side now, back to Michael Dietz, who's got the ball on the far side, looking to play it in. Oh, and the referee's going to call offsides on Josh Weigel. Nice work by the Dutchman, though.
That's the transition we need.
Yes.
Look at balls back in play, too. UChicago says, we're not going to wait for you.
Tom DeVries making a case for a potential man of the match should he go down as the lone goal scorer there. Just a lot of fantastic touches on the ball as DeVries made that play happen and put it back out to Dietz, who tried to go into the middle to Josh Weigel. We've got a foul here on the near side. Caden Chenlow coming in just a little too hot and coming
and pays for it. He knew that touch was a little long, so yeah.
Absolutely.
Paulo Alcala entering the booth.
Yes.
Seems happy today.
He does.
After a good first half of play with about 7 minutes remaining.
Yeah, if you're a familiar listener, or a frequent listener, I should say, to myself and Matt Margarone, we have had Paulo Alcala on the call quite a few times already for some of these games. So Paulo's going to join us here, former player, social media expert, videographer, whatever you want to call it, right? Graphics expert, whatever you are. So Paulo, 6.5 minutes left. First of all, what a tremendous goal. Just a beautiful passing sequence, beautiful setup, and an even more terrific finish by Ethan Jansen to go to the far post on that.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't write it any better.
We're really we've had a counterattack. They have a fantastic team. We have to give it to them. They are quality back there, but I think the guys are following the game plan perfectly. We haven't really given up too much so far back there. Colton, Cole, Jake are playing fantastic, and that goal starts with Ole kind of breaking lines and kind of being a difference maker.
Yep.
And that's kind of why we had the ball down there in the first place. Colton anticipated perfectly, and played a midfielder type ball from the center back position. It was beautifully.
That's right.
Timed over the top, and then Tom to get that, bring it down, play the perfect through ball to Ethan, and we've been saying it all season, just putting it away. Ethan put it away, and he's been electric defensively, and to put that away, the guys are fully playing through the game plan. So
yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we talked about, that Lance and I were talking about pretty early on here from UChicago, is that what they really love to do is they love to work the ball back through the middle and then out to the wings again and then back through the middle. Very traditional soccer, right? Turn and go. As Tom DeVries is just dragged down as he's trying to turn the ball loose. Tom DeVries dragged down there by Ricky Kai. A ref's going to call an immediate foul there, but UChicago just doing, like you said, giving credit to them, doing a fantastic job of working the ball up the field. Everything is so fundamental with them. How do you guys continue to maintain your composure when you're as equally matched by as much or maybe more composure on the other end of the ball from UChicago, who's just content to play the ball where, however they want and whatever they want?
Yeah, I think we went into the game knowing, we played them last year, and they're just, national champions, quality team, well-coached team. Everyone on the field for them doesn't lose the ball easily. They don't force it. But I think they right now have not had that line changer, that person that's just dribbling past guys and making stuff happen. And I think we're doing a great job of just anticipate, like their Cole knowing where they're going to want to go, cutting off those lines. We're just not making it easy for them. We've seen schools kind of do it a little bit to us, so we know how much we hate it, how hard it is to break a team down when they're compact. So I think right now I mean, coach definitely put that game plan in of, hey, let's not give them any lines.
Yeah.
Let's not let they're going to want to get inside of the box and shoot, and that's how they're going to get their goals.
Yep. And you're not going to let them do that.
And I think Wim so far, Matt Wimmer, Matt Davidson, I mean, are doing a great job of just not letting them get into that, let their ball get into those 10s and where they can turn and kind of play that final ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're doing a great job. And then Cole's just doing a great job of challenging when he has to challenge and not being dumb when he doesn't have to.
Right.
The only really breakdown that we've had all half so far has been that yellow card for Jake.
Yep.
But since then, I think they've been very good at just being disciplined defensively,
yep.
which has really helped us. It's been also interesting. Caden hasn't really been playing that outside back role. He's been playing a center back role.
Yep.
And having him there, it's almost like you have another center back coming back who knows how to defend very, very well. So
I was just going to ask you about the play of Caden Chenlow thus far. He's doing a fantastic job of shutting him down as the ball gets shot on goal there. Cole Pauly just going to take that with his head. Ball's going to sail out of bounds for a Maroons corner kick here. I believe that's the third or fourth corner kick for them. Ref is calling for a stoppage of the clock here for a moment. And I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if somebody...
Yeah, that's interesting. They normally stop it for someone that's wasting time, but I mean, I think it's on their player to get out there quicker. It might be a flat ball.
Maybe, yeah.
Might be what it is right now.
I thought maybe somebody, the ref was like pointing to someone's head. I thought maybe there was blood on it or something like that. But interesting to see what Chicago does here. They've done a couple of line drive corners. They've done a couple of in-swingers. And that one just kind of sitting right at the edge of the 6. Hope looking to defend well, and that ball's just going to sail well over the top of the bar, which is great. A great play thus far by Hesselbein too.
Yeah, he's been quite good at just knowing where he is. He hasn't made any big mistakes. You're going to have to score a really good goal like they did 2 weekends ago away on that free kick from Almhurst to kind of get past Dan. He's not going to give any bad plays up. So I think that's kind of what we expect from Dan. And then the center back's kind of just trying to put him in a good position where if they're going to give Chicago a shot, it's going to be a difficult one. I think Pauly, Jake have been doing a great job doing that. And also the only places that seems like Hope's really struggled in is in the air a little bit when they cross the ball in. So to see how maybe some adjustments happen in the second half. Maybe coach moves some people around to see if we can get maybe some taller guys back there to clear those challenges. But so far, I mean, they've been pretty spotless back there, other than those dangerous balls in the air. I think Chicago just has some giants up there, so they're doing a great job.
Yeah, we've mentioned a few of their names here. Their center back Alex Gomez, who from up here looks like he's about 6'4", 220, big guy. Hesselbein now just kind of content to boot this ball down the field, traveling about 50 or 60 yards in the air, it seems. DeVries looking to win that ball now. Matt Davidson looking now. Jake Lyon with the ball. Ball being kind of ping-ponged around here as Michael Dietz giving chase on that far side. Chicago looking to do a quick throw in here. Jake Lyon just content to kick that ball out as Ryan Yadashevsky's going to try to toss it in here. And Hope College, the Flying Dutchmen, are going to go into half with a 1-0 lead on the defending national champions, as my co-host with the co-most over here, Lance Pello, has his hands on his knees, catching his breath. Paulo, we're going to bring you. You'll hang out for a minute?
Yeah. I'll be back for the first 5 of the second half.
Yeah, we'll start you off with about 5 minutes in the first part of the second half here. Lance will get a chance to talk to you, do a little interviewing here and there. Thank you for watching right now. First half of soccer in the books. Hope College Flying Dutchmen leading the Maroons of Chicago 1-0 as we head to halftime. We'll be back in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, my name is Travis Williams. I'm the CEO of the ODC Network. I graduated from Hope in 1998. I studied biology, and then I also played football. In order to be successful, people really need more than just the academic experience, but they need people to come alongside them and help them, coach them, mentor them. I find that Hope College has just been one of the best examples of being able to do that anywhere.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
My name is Meg Morehouse. I'm a senior this year, and I'm studying physical education and health. I am on the women's basketball team. We won the national championship when I was a junior. It was unbelievable. The education department at Hope allowed me to realize my passion about teaching. Anytime I get to go into a classroom and work with students, I just get really excited. My goal when I graduate would be to be a middle school physical education and health teacher. Hope does an amazing job of preparing their students for what is to come in the future.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to help share Hope stories of transformational impact.
Don't get me started, I'm pleading. If this is a race, can't none of y'all beat me. Boy, I'm so good, it feel like I'm cheating. A well of the storm, I feel like a season. This type of drive could push Lamborghinis. So get you some sign and have your own sneaker. I'm in the band, I'm pushing the meter. A legend like John for everyday people. I got the heart of a champion. I got the blood of a winner. I don't know how to be stagnant. I got way too much ambition. I keep on beating statistics. How would I be denied? My only option is winning. I'm crossing the finish line. I put myself in a place where nothing can top me. I feel like I'm space. It's bigger than profit, but still I get paid. My thinking colossal, not minimum wage. Talk to the loss like I know the way. Stay on my job like who need a break? It wasn't possible, I heard them say, but I'm like MacGyver to all my mistakes. Running back home, now look at the bases. Been winning so long, I feel like a native. I got what you want, but you cannot take it. I do what you don't, cause I'm more creative. I put me on, no help for your favors. I'm breaking the mold to show you the flavors. I got control, you can't enable. I'm using my flaws to make me the greatest. I'm number one. I'm number one. Yeah, I'm number one. 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 Yeah, I'm number one. I'm number one.
Every day, the people of Hope College are
leading,
discovering,
believing,
dreaming,
pursuing,
serving,
innovating,
exploring,
creating,
collaborating,
questioning,
curing.
We are finding new ways to do old things.
We are challenging the status quo
and building a legacy.
we are pursuing truth.
We are solving tomorrow's problems today.
We are thinking globally.
We are faithfully hoping.
We are celebrating victories.
This day and every day.
We are strengthened by our faith,
Bound by a shared commitment to building community.
And dedicated to providing our students with a world-class liberal arts education.
faithful,
Welcoming, transformational.
This is Hope College.
And what we're imagining now, as we look out to the future, is not just a tweak to the old system. We're imagining an entirely new system. In a Hope Forward model, every student who comes through the doors of Hope College would have their tuition 100% covered.
The Custer Insurance Agency is a proud sponsor of Hope Athletics.
My name's Emma Duttmers, and I'm a communications major, and then I'm minoring in environmental studies. I play soccer. The first soccer game of my junior year, I tore my ACL. Our athletic trainer, Annie, was there for me right when it happened, and she was there for me literally every step of the way. That was definitely a huge growing opportunity for me, and it was really hard, but it really pushed me to be a leader with more of my voice because I couldn't lead by example on the field. It definitely made me take a step back and realize how much there's to be grateful for.
As an invested community partner, LVZ is proud to share hope stories of transformational impact.
Welcome back to Van Andel Soccer Stadium. My butt in the booth, co-host with the co-most, Lance Pello.
Paul Willard, wow. What a halftime. I think my stress level is through the roof. But what a joyful place to be. 1-0. Going into the second half. If you would have told me before the game, hey, we're going to be up by a goal going into the second half, I would have said, sold. I'll take it.
Yeah. I actually would have said, do you have a bridge in New Jersey that you can sell me?
That's right. There's some tunnels under Hope College, too, that people can get through.
That's exactly right. What a great first half of soccer. I mean, if you're just tuning in, you missed an incredible first half of soccer. We've got, well, it looks like about 115 people watching us online right now. Thank you for watching, number one, wherever you are, whether you're in Chicago, whether you're in Florida, whether you're in Texas, or right here in Holland, Michigan. We're so thankful that you're tuning in to Hope Athletics. Of course, none of this is possible without our anchor partner sponsors. So we need to give a quick shout out to them. LVZ Financial Planning here in town doing fantastic work. The Holland Board of Public Works has everything that you need. Mimic Insurance and Lighthouse Title Group. Just absolutely fantastic partners to have here. We can't do what we do with the live stream without their help. We can't do what we do with these awesome programs without their help. And we just can't have the atmosphere that we do here at Hope for any Hope Athletics event without the support of our anchor sponsors. So a deep thank you to them.
Yeah, Van Andel Arena is buzzing tonight, and that goal certainly kept the crowd engaged.
Yeah.
We got an orange out tonight, so they're passing out orange shirts to the student section. Just fun to be out on Hope's campus for a fall night. No competition tonight. This is the only game in town.
Hey.
So we love it, and we want to see a second half just like that first half as the Dutchmen saunter out from their halftime speech. Paul, if you're Dave Blahnik, I like to play this game sometimes, and you're in the locker room, what are you saying at halftime after that performance there?
I mean, number one, I am constantly talking about keeping that pressure and intensity in your bones, right? It's easy to get kind of caught up and say like, oh, my legs are tired. You know, if your legs are tired, come out of the game. We need fresh people. If your legs are tired, let's get you out. Let's get you a rest. And if I'm Dave Blahnik, I'm saying you are keeping that intensity in your bones. You're living that. Remember how that felt in the first half? You are living that throughout the second half here and doing the exact same thing that Hope College did in the first half. That's what I'm looking for. What about you?
You know, I'm gonna put myself in the situation I was in many of my Hope games. I was on the bench. If I'm Dave Blenek, I'm looking down that bench saying the energy level comes from the guys on the bench.
Yeah.
You do not let your teammates miss an ounce of energy out there.
Right.
You keep them going in those moments. We would do it in games sometimes where we would partner up and say, hey, you know, this is my guy, that's your guy. We're going to egg them on, encourage them, make sure they know that we've got their support. So that's what I'm looking for, too, from our bench to keep the energy level rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow, a little bit of a miss hit here now. The Maroons on the far side. That ball's going to go over the touchline. The sideline official, the AR, was just right there. We're going to give another chance here to Paulo Akala to jump on the call with you, Lance.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know this guy.
It's your turn.
I know this guy.
I'm going to pass the mic to Paulo. He's going to kind of jump on here for a few minutes, start off the half as we finish the half with Paulo on the mic, talking a little bit more about what Hope can do in this second half to maintain their 1-0 lead.
Dutchman still playing the defensive role here. Maroons touching the ball up the left side, still looking for some space. Nice work by the Dutchman, keeping them to the outside.
They're really trying to make sure those lanes aren't open and they can't find those gaps, especially trying to find the forwards and the 10s where they can turn. And they've been doing a great job at counterattacking too. As soon as Weigel or Ethan gets the ball, they're picking up their head and they're trying to find Ben Bush.
Yeah, I get a little nervous, Paulo, when we give up a ball right at midfield. UChicago is so good on that quick. They do the 50-50 balls over the top there. Luckily, our defense has been winning those. But once again, they're getting a lot of space here in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think something that coaching grains a lot at just training and kind of the different sessions that we do is that counterattack defense. Like how fast are we turning on that switch? Is we lost the ball and let's lock back in and let's win the ball back. Let's make sure we're in the right position defensively. I think that's what we've been doing a great job is kind of when we win the ball, we can attack UChicago a lot better when they're out of position. So making sure UChicago isn't doing that to us is really important. How quick can you flip that switch and get locked in defensively?
Yeah, it's a mindset, I would imagine, and I'm sure Dave keeps you guys focused on what your roles are and what your responsibilities are.
Yeah, I remember last year when he was the new coach. I feel like the first week was kind of just all focused on defense. Kind of the old adage, defense wins championships, and I think he knows how important that is. Mm-hmm. Like the offense will come, and that kind of comes with playing and just being together and kind of knowing each other's habits offensively, but defensively is something that you can really control. It's all work rate. It's all being in the right place. It's all about being locked in. It's a little harder to be a great attacking player. It's a little easier to just make sure you're focused at all times defensively. So it's something we can control, and I think Coach is really big on things we can control. See, Ole's doing a great job. Just trying to find Bush right away.
Yep.
They're not trying to find the center defensive mids. I think that's also been really good for us is we're not really turning it over in those dangerous spots because we're not even looking for them. We're just automatically skipping to that next ball to Ben Bush. So we're not in a position to turn the ball over.
For sure, yeah. Strong, deep clearances at least give you a little bit of time to rest.
Yeah, and right now, UChicago is kind of being forced to kick the ball over the top. They're really struggling to break the back line down, so they're just trying to see if any whipped-in balls will work, and I think Hope's really dealing with it well.
Quite obvious offside there, so we didn't play it. Paulo, when you're out there, right, and you've got a lead against a really strong team, What's your mindset? Are you ready to take a little bit of an extra chance? Are you being more conservative in your play? Tell me about your mindset in a scenario like this one.
Yeah, I think for me, being more of an attacking player, I can look back to our win against North Park my sophomore year. My goal as a attacker is kind of, especially like Ben Bush right now, is just looking to see how he can support that team defensively. But we win the ball, like we're looking to go score. Another if we get another goal, that's better than playing defense for 20 minutes. So I think for the forwards, their mentality is if we get the ball, let's go, let's attack. I think it's a little bit different for Jake Lying or a Pauly in the situation. Like, let's not risk it. We're not trying to play the ball out of the back. We're not trying to look like Barcelona, you know.
Right.
But so I think each person has a different role on the team. I think Weigel is also wired a little bit more like that. Like, hey, we have a chance. I'm attacking. But definitely the defenders right now are locked in on just how can I play the best possible defense I can play, and I'm not risking anything.
Beautiful tackle. Good finish. Going long. Over the top.
And see, like, kind of in those situations, like Matt Davidson's okay just dumping it, where if we're playing a different team, he might be looking to play Weigel there and build out of the back.
Sure.
But you also don't want to risk getting in those tough situations where you can get counterattacked.
Right.
I think is the most important thing, especially in a game like this. Yeah, and Dan's been doing a great job handling those balls over the top. They're definitely difficult at times. That one I think was a little bit hard to judge.
Yeah, stepped out maybe a foot or two more than he probably would have liked, but good recovery.
And I mean, the more time ticks down, the more UChicago is going to get frustrated and not really know what they should be doing. I think the more that Hope sits back every minute that goes by, the more UChicago is going to be willing to just dump the ball, and I think they're a little bit better when they have the ball on their feet and they're trying to create. So every minute that the ball doesn't go in the back of the net, I think the better for Hope College.
Indeed. And good pressure, but nothing over-pressured.
Yeah, nothing dumb. I mean, Caden could easily go in there and try and win the ball back right away, and that's maybe what you would think of as a defender you would want to do if you're trying to play good defense. But I think Hope right now is really focused on just making sure they're not getting beat where they almost got in on us.
Yeah. He's trying to shield the ball over the end line. Maroons do a nice job keeping it in, but looked like Cole Pauly coming back to save the day as usual. So another one of these corner kicks, and we haven't seen it from this side as much, but as you can see, once again, a really unique, kind of a Dave Brandt move here, getting everybody inside the box for a.
And that's probably the best corner kick they've had all day. A lot of them have been short or over. They put that in a really dangerous position, and Dan did a great job dealing with that.
Comes another one. Jake doing a good job shielding that ball. Just got to slow him down here.
Yeah, and we would like to see maybe Weigel step a bit more there and not let them cross that ball in so comfortably. If they are going to cross the ball in, maybe have it where they have a body in the way. So the defense could have been a bit better closing out those spaces, and UChicago is really going to try and take advantage of that.
Yeah. Another in-swinger here. Dutchmen on their toes, ready to go. There we go. We'll take that once again, all day, every day. Rare mistakes by UChicago, but advantage Hope in that moment.
Yeah, they've really struggled on the corner kicks. They've had a couple either go short, long, and they just went out of bounds. So Hope will definitely take the ball back on those.
Hesselbein's been doing a nice job clearing the zone here on those free kicks. Some good 50-50 efforts. Tactical foul there, but play on, says the referee.
Yeah, Matt Davison doing a great job just getting in front. Like, you don't have to win the ball back there. You just have to deny that shot. I think Hope's doing a really good job there. You don't have to win the ball back every single time. They can keep it. Just don't let them get a good opportunity on frame. Yeah, so I'm gonna give
back to your day job, my friend.
Yeah, go take some pictures. I'd just like to give a shout out to the Hope College men's Instagram and the Facebook and Twitter. If you're a Hope men's soccer, we're doing some pretty cool stuff out there. So would love for you guys to follow and check out the content. And also want to shout out the girls soccer team who's away tomorrow at OWU. Hopefully they can get a win as well.
Hey, a little shout out to Mama Alcala too, who I just saw enter the booth a little earlier. She's a wonderful woman on the alumni board, or excuse me, parents council here at Hope College. So yeah, we love the whole Alcala family.
She likes to be around. So.
Thanks, Paolo.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Substitution. My helper here, my son who's in the booth with me, tells me that one of his favorite players, Tom DeVries, back on the field.
Amazing. Tom DeVries, like we talked about, is the featured student athlete in the student athlete profile. We mentioned that in the first half here. You'd be interested to know about Tom DeVries. One of the coolest things he's ever done at Hope was have a coffee chat with President Skogan.
Get out of town.
Yeah, very cool. Of course, our president, Matt Skogan, just a fantastic man of the people, always about the students. I'm not surprised that he had a coffee chat with one of our athletes, and he has many chats with one of our students, with a lot of our students as well. Nice pass in here across now. Ethan Jansen with the ball looking to work it up. Oh, a nice little dummy. And DeVries not drawing the foul that time, much to the chagrin of the Hope College faithful. We can't believe it up here. The referee said, I don't think so.
That was a Dikembe Mutombo finger swag there. Just telling Tom, get up. No, nope, sir.
Not happening, yeah. Wow. Well, what an interesting turn of events that we've had here, Lance, since I was on the microphone. Chicago doing their best first half impression of themselves and doing a really great job of working the ball around, working the ball through the middle. They have taken a ton of shots on goal, some of which have resulted in them going directly over the bar. Some of them resulting in some set pieces for corner kicks, and they're just putting the pressure on the Flying Dutchman at this moment as number 23 with some fancy dribbling skills now, but just got a little ahead of himself there. Whew.
Two Dutchmen trying to recover after some breaking of the ankles there. Definitely. Once again, nothing makes you more nervous than a defender coming at you full speed.
Yeah.
So luckily, we've got two of the best back there, back in the back with Jake.
Lance, we now have, I just want to give an update here, we now have 189 people watching us live. So we're about double from where we were in the first half here, and I don't know if that's just word has gotten around town. Maybe they're saying you got to check out the Paul and Lance show, see what's going on here on the broadcast booth. Hesselbein now with a little bit of a mishit. Ball just kind of careening off of the end line, and that's going to be a goal kick. A little dangerous play there.
Hesselbein's feet came out from under him. I think the increase in number is what we call the Paolo factor. When Alcala's on the mic, surprise, surprise, Paul, he's attracting more people than you and me.
Oh, you better believe it.
But we love his perspective, and welcome to all the new fans joining us. I'm sure there's, I know maybe Patrick Daniels out there, Darren Toohey, some of my guys out watching the game from Arizona, or maybe the comfort of their home just down the street in the Grand Rapids area. So
I tried to convince our VP of admissions, Nate Haveman, to listen to the game because I told him that you and I would be calling it, and he's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Although he would love to because he's a big fan of soccer, as I understand it.
Knowing Nate, he's probably looking at the numbers, making sure admissions is doing their job. So I appreciate him for that and making sure we're doing what we need to do to fill this class next year. We've had a couple great years here at Hope College with admissions.
Ball sent in now to the middle of the 18. Well snuffed out by the Dutchman. We've got 2 subs coming in for UChicago now. Alex Gomez, who was just a monster, both literally and figuratively, in the first half here. And then number 10, that is David Schuster, a sophomore out of Westfield, New Jersey. And Hope just doing what they need to do defensively right now. And I don't know what you and Paulo talked about because I couldn't really hear you. But I don't know if you guys talked a little bit more about defensive strategy or what maybe Hope needs to do offensively to keep the pressure on Chicago while he was on the mic. DeVries now running onto the ball. Jansen with a shot on goal. Just couldn't get around it, but a nice little 1-2 play there. Very eerily reminiscent of their first time out down on the other end of the pitch when they scored the lone goal in this game, where Ethan Jansen put it away in the far post to put Hope up 1-0.
Yeah, Tommy DeVries wanted that ball back.
Absolutely.
He's feeling it, feeling confident, playing well, and just wanted to make sure that he had a chance.
Wow. An absolute rocket of a shot from Ryan Yadashevsky, who just maintained his dribble the entire time through contact with Matt Wimmer, through contact with Matt Davidson, and just let out a screamer that Hesselbein had to tip off to the far post, and it goes out of bounds.
And here we are back in that far right side, right corner on the in swinger. This one's been giving us more trouble this half than that first half.
They've put a lot of really great corners together this half. Ball sent in now, headed out. Ole Olsen looking to get something on it as Chicago just is able to track that down, putting it back in now. Jake Lyon with the header out. And now DeVries giving chase as he's playing patiently. Makes a nice cut. Sending it on to Ethan Jansen, who's got the advantage in the 18 now. Ethan looking for DeVries. DeVries at the top, looking to shoot. Out to Jansen. Ball sent out now, looking to Ole Olsen on the far side here as Ole cuts it in. Looking to take a shot on goal. Well blocked by the Chicago defense.
Got to get back now.
Hope's got to get back now. They've got 4 guys up, and Chicago is coming on the counterattack with Ryan Yadashevsky, who just turns on the burners and is so fast, and a smart, beautiful tackle there from Cole Pauley.
Wow.
That doesn't get any better than that.
No.
Wow, what a tackle. So clean.
So if I'm Coach Blahnik, I'm saying, hey, look, if we have a shot, we've got to take it immediately. That's a perfect example of just waiting a touch too long and 2 contested shots that leads to a transition play. And a ball back to Hesselbein's hands. We don't have many chances, so we've got to put some on frame.
Curious, like we were talking, and then I got distracted by the play as it was developing, but curious what you and Paulo talked about, if you talked anything about Hope's strategy to put the ball down in Chicago's defensive third here and put some pressure on this Chicago defense.
Yeah, Paulo talked about being okay with sending the long ball, being okay with being dispossessed on a long ball versus trying to build up and being dispossessed in the middle of the field. So once again, if it was a different opponent, maybe Coach Blahnik would say, hey, we've got to make sure we control the ball and possess, but that is not the goal today.
No, absolutely not. And Hope, as you've seen thus far, especially in the first half and even a few times here in this half, Hope just doing a tremendous job as Matt Davidson just very content to put a boot on that and send it down the field. But Hope has just done a fantastic job of the quick counterattack and being able to take advantage of the fact that Chicago really at any given time only has maybe 2 sitting back there on the midline. And they're taking Hope's really trying to take full advantage of that mismatch there. As Caden Chenlow now giving chase, that ball's going to go out of bounds now for a Hope College throw-in. Looking like Chenlow's going to take it here on the near touchline. And a little bit of gamesmanship there.
Once again, when this is happening to you, Paul, you're irate. But tonight, we're happy with it.
Sure.
Take all the time you want.
Yeah.
I would anticipate that even as we get later into the game, the referee might pull out a couple cards for...
Oh, DeVries with the nice header. What a win from Tom DeVries to go up and get that ball. But UChicago just easily controlling it back as they've kind of done all game. But that's where, as we've seen, Tom DeVries gets his body on it. He puts his body in between the ball and the defender and is able to move it forward and look for an out-swinging run or look for a through ball. And that's how we put together that goal in the first place. So DeVries just being a key factor here in this game as the match wears on now with just over 24 minutes left in the contest. Matt Davidson now looking to clear, ball ping-ponging around here on this near side. Caden Chenlow on the defense for the Dutchman. Rare miss-hit from Cole Pauly there. That ball was bouncing a little bit, and it looked like it was going to go, I'm not sure what direction it was going to go in, but Cole Pauly did not think it was going to go that way.
No, out of harm's way, right? Yep. Out of bounds is better in the back of your net, but not exactly the way they had planned it. Now we're on the left side here.
Wow, Hesselbein with the big paws getting up there.
Sure looked like a handball to me.
It did. It definitely did. Caden Chenlow winning the header now. Ball headed out back to the near touchline here. Number 24 having it, Lyndon Hugh. Jake Lyon smartly defending that ball out of bounds, but what pace he hit that with. Short corner now, a rarity from the University of Chicago as they've gone with a lot of driven balls and a lot of in-swingers tonight. But again, they've got one person just sitting back to field those clearances. Cole Pauly getting up, saying, "You want me to dunk it? I might be able to dunk it. I can head that ball."
Just floats. Just kind of floats up in there.
That's right. What do you, Lance, what are you seeing from UChicago offensively here? Obviously, like I said, they're doing a really good impression of the first half UChicago team of themselves. Oh, a nice little 1-2 there. Ball stays in here on the near side. We'll get to my question in a second here as this play is developing down here in the 18. Dangerous ball sent in, easily cleared out for the Dutchman. Yeah, but what are you seeing from UChicago's offense?
They're giving a little more long ball, right? They're getting a little less patient and a little more aggressive.
Sure.
We've held up with that, but these are the moments, once again, I believe my greatest fear is a shot from 15, 20, 25 yards out because...
Hope on the counterattack now. Reese Brown with the ball, looking to carry it for as long as he can, looks to send it through to Tom DeVries. And Tom DeVries says, "What just happened? Where did you put that? I can't get there." Oh, man. Sending a long ball now. Cole Pauly sniffing that out. Caden Chenlow with the miss hit, but a nice hit on his head there. DeVries now sending it up. Kind of a awkward play there as Tom DeVries fell to the ground looking to kick it out. Long send now, as you said, Lance. Chicago, wow, with a shot on goal. Sailed over the bar, but as you've said, Chicago has kind of changed up their game plan. They're looking to send more long balls. In the first half, that ball would not have been sent from this near touch to the far side at all. They would have worked it through the middle and sent some passes in and out and done a little give and go.
Yeah, if this was a 0-0 game, Paul, I guarantee you they would not be building up and building up and building up, but they're getting a little nervous. We like that. We want them to be a little nervous.
Yeah.
And we want them to maybe give us a chance where a long ball gives us a clearance and a quick transition. But we've got to be patient. And these are moments where we can't poke. We've got to tackle strong.
Yeah.
Yep. And not give away these 50-50 balls, because that's when they'll take advantage and get 8 to 10. Here's another example of just a step too much and a good clearance.
Oh, yeah.
There
nice
he is,
ball
number
here
9.
to Tom DeVries as he's running onto it. The lone man with the ball taking on 3 defenders for the UChicago Maroons, looking to split them. Yes, and DeVries is going to draw the foul again as number 2 Jack Luker for the U Chicago Maroons throws his hand up in the air and says, "Come on, you got to be kidding me!" But Tom DeVries had him dead to rights.
And he set him up, didn't he?
Totally did.
Slowed it down. That touch was way too far. He wasn't going to get that ball, but he knew if he touched that ball, that guy was going to take his legs out.
Yep.
This is
smart play by Tom DeVries. Yeah. Smart play from Tom DeVries this whole game, right? Like we've talked about, he's making a case for himself to be man of the match here. Even though he's not the goal scorer, but he was the assist, and he's just been a difference maker in this game here.
This has got to be a good kick.
Send it in with the shot. Oh, the header. And just what a beautiful ball from Matt Davidson to the head of Jake Lyon, who is in his former position as a forward in that mixer. And the goalkeeper now
Gotta recover.
University of Chicago.
Got to recover.
Yes, you do.
Hope just College slow him down, guys.
On the defense, Jake Lyon with those speedy wheels, already back on defense here. Looking to put it in. Yadushevsky now with the left-footed shot, very eerily similar to the Ethan Jansen shot that went far post in the first half.
Reinforcements coming in for both teams.
Yeah, looks like a little bit of wholesale subs here for a little bit of hockey line change subs for the U Chicago Maroons. Surprised to see that from a tactical perspective.
And surprised to see Yadushevsky come off the field.
Yeah.
Although maybe his coach is saying, hey, I'm giving you a 2 to 3 minute blow and then you got to get back in.
You're going back in, yeah. Caden Chenlow now coming out of the game, looking to get a well-deserved rest as he has just put in the work this game back there on defense. Maintaining control, maintaining Hope's defensive, just the stalwart defensive nature of Hope's backs. And Caden Chenlow, the true freshman, has just done a fantastic job back there. Can't say enough good things about Hope's defense tonight.
Yeah, for a freshman to step in like he stepped in against the top-ranked team in the country. Man, once again, you know me. There are moments where we get to call Mom after games and say, Mom, I played really well. Keep playing, boys.
Yeah, referee says nothing doing there. Cole Pauly with just kind of an awkward hit there, but he had to clear it because that ball was just going to skate right through if he did not get a boot on that. But yeah, right, Lance, you're right. There are moments where you have moments where your head hits the pillow and you go, I really want that back. And then you have other moments where you say, Mom, I played a great game. I'm proud of my game tonight. I think every player on this pitch can say that they are proud of what they did on this field tonight, regardless of the outcome right now.
Indeed. And we got 18 minutes left, just under 18 minutes. It's crunch time for both teams.
Sure is.
We're going to see a stronger push, more people up the field, more direct play from UChicago. And then I think we're going to see a little bit more long ball from Hope, even some balls probably up and out, so far out that maybe the ball girls and ball guys maybe have to do some chasing into the woods here.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I think you'll start to see as well is that UChicago has just been getting a ton of balls worked on this left side here, and they've not done much to switch the ball over to the right side. They're very, very strong on this near side here, and that is where they're working the ball through, it seems. And meanwhile, Hope has been just phenomenal at counterattacking through the middle. Because as we've mentioned before, and as you can see on the field when UChicago's attacking, there aren't, Josh Weigel comes up gingerly here as number 22 just kind of ran right through him.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 ball where they both touched it at the same time.
Yeah, but one of the things that you're finding is that Hope's able to push that ball through the middle and then get it out to the wings pretty quick on their counterattacks so successfully because UChicago is oftentimes only sitting 2 back on that line, and Hope just has they have the alleyways to do it, right?
And once again, you know, if I'm Hope, I'm looking up and I'm saying, where's number 9? Where's Tom DeVries? Put it to his feet.
Yeah.
Settle it down. Give him 13 seconds of free time so he can make something happen and then play off of him. But we got to see, there's another play.
Beautiful tackle just unfortunately nothing doing. He was looking for Reese Brown on that tackle. Reese now giving chase here on the near side as Hope looks to maintain their 1-0 lead. Left in the first half on a gorgeous looking 1-2 goal from Tom DeVries to Ethan Jansen. As now the play develops here, just a little too far as that ball is just, you hit it with a little amount of pace on this turf, that ball's going to skate right out of bounds, as you and I both know very well.
Yeah, New Chicago, that's once again been atypical tonight. Number 10 running through. That's David Schuster there. To his foot. Now he's got a good scoring opportunity. Jake Lyon was there, but you never know. If you get it to his feet, that's one thing. You send it through, it goes out of bounds.
Ball here on the near side. Michael Dietz just shielding that ball out of bounds as Jake Lyon is now going to take the throw in on the near touch here. One of the things that I was going to remark about, Lance, as Matt Wimmer comes out of the game and earns just a beautiful round of applause here from the Dutchman faithful in the crowd. But one of the things that I've noticed in this game is that I think there's only been 2 bookings. 2 yellow card. Ball sent in now. Jake Lyon giving chase.
Good work, Jake.
What a great defense from Jake Lyon. And that ball's going to go for a corner kick.
We've got an injury here for
number
you,
25
Chicago.
is coming up and kind of limping there, looking a little bit gingerly as he was going one-on-one with Jake Lyon. You got to wonder if the ref's going to give a stoppage time here for him to come off the field, but it doesn't look like he's hanging in there.
No, he jumped right back in.
But as I was saying, Lance, the thing that's been great about this game is that it is pure, fundamental, just solid soccer, right? There's been physical play, but there haven't been a lot of bookings. There haven't been a lot of fouls. I think there's 2 yellow cards thus far, and both teams are just playing at a just top-tier level that you love to see. Nothing better on a Friday night to do.
Indeed, and there's no back talk with anybody, right? There's mutual respect with these 2 teams.
That's right.
Nobody's in anybody's face. Nobody's kicking balls away from each other. They're doing a nice job. A little gamesmanship by Hope, taking their time on throws, but that's to be expected.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that. I mean, you're up 1-0, and there's 13 minutes left in the game here. Caden Chenlow checking back into the game now for Michael. It looks like maybe... Not sure. Oh, for Ole Olsen now. Okay. Interesting. Now, Michael Dietz switching now to the far side, which is where we were used to seeing him in that first half. And Caden Chenlow now sticking back on this near side here. Looking to flick on is Chenlow, and that ball's going to go right out of bounds for a Maroons throw-in, and the Maroons are going to look to move the ball quickly here. I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago, nice little play there from Matt Davidson. Reese Brown now with the turn, and he comes up just getting hit.
Charlie horse right in the thigh right there. He's fine. No, thank you, Coach. I will stay on the field.
Yeah. I would not be surprised here to see Coach Croft from the Maroons of Chicago take his time with putting some of his main starters on the bench right now. DeVries now coming through with a full head of steam, almost runs over number 7. But I'm wondering if Coach Croft is going to put, and it looks like it's just exactly as I said it.
Paul,
I'm a clairvoyant.
Look at you. Are you on the staff?
Yeah, I was just wondering if he was going to put his starters back in for like the last 10 or 8 minutes or so. And it looks like he's going to do exactly that as he's talking to 3 of his main players on the side here as they are looking to go back in, and he's talking strategy with them. Chicago now with the ball, settling it near the top of the 18 as they're looking to put a shot on goal. And that's,
no, sir.
Wow. Number 10 got away with a Best Actor nomination there, I think.
I guess if Tom can do it, they can do it too, so that's okay.
Yep. That was David Schuster doing his best Tom DeVries impression.
That's exactly right.
Doing a little bit of acting, going down a little bit too quickly there. Seemingly barely any contact on that, although we're up here in the booth. So what do we know,
right?
We're just a bunch of
we're not biased at all, Paul.
Right.
We,
We're just a bunch of 40-year-olds talking about soccer.
Right.
What do we know?
Comes a free kick. We know we're shooting, right? This is a shot. And sure enough.
Wow, what a shot by David Schuster. Earning that number 10 jersey. And we've got a number of Maroons players coming back into the game, including Ryan Yadashevsky at the top spot there, who has been just a problem all game for the Flying Dutchman. However, Cole Pauley just doing a fantastic job of shading him and shadowing him the entire game as Hesselbein looks to boot the ball now, landing just short of the midline. Maroons now controlling the ball with about 3 people near it. Ball now on the near touch. Back to the middle. Ethan Jansen's going to control as he sends it out to Josh Weigel, who's looking to beat with some speed, and he does, and he gets run over, and they're going to play advantage as the ball goes on and he gets run over again. Yep. And I'm not sure where this foul is going to be because the referee played advantage, and it looks like it's going to be way down there.
Called the second foul, yeah.
Yeah, but Alex Gomez just being beat to the ball every single time on speed, and just running through Josh Weigel, and then running through Michael Dietz on the far side, and that's 2 fouls in a row. I'm surprised because both of them were from behind. I'm surprised that last one didn't come with a booking.
Didn't come with a card, yeah.
Yeah. Ball, and now Ethan Jansen looking to put it on goal.
Now recover.
Nope, and Hope now needing to get back as the Maroons are looking to move this ball down the field here very, very quickly. Number 11, Tanner Baldwin, as Reese Brown, and that ball goes out of bounds in favor of the Flying Dutchman here. Jake Lyon now.
Brown took that shoulder to the head.
Yes.
That was not shoulder-to-shoulder contact. We got a little extracurriculars, too. Referee is right on top of it.
Yeah, and Reese Brown still kind of grabbing his head. You don't really want to mess around with that. Nice ball in. Oh, across. Looking for Josh Weigel was Reese Brown. Tom DeVries now on his horse, and just a beautiful tackle by DeVries. Just hustle play. Tom DeVries doing everything he can to keep Hope in this game and keep it at a 1-0 score right now and a nice play by Dietz. Hope now with the advantage, looking to play it long.
There he wants it.
There's Josh Weigel running onto the ball with free space now, looking to take on Gomez, and he does. Ball now on the far side.
Still has control.
Josh Weigel with ultimate control against Gomez on that far side, looking for a foul here. Nothing doing, says the referee, and Josh Weigel just going to have to run back now and play some defense as Hope has been targeting Alex Gomez a lot more right now, and I'm curious about what they're seeing because they have been running at him this entire last stretch here. Hope's got to step in now. Dangerous ball sent in, but Hesselbein super happy to let that just sail over the top. As Matt Wimmer's going to check back into the ball game now for Reese Brown, and we've got a stoppage of time here. I'm not sure. Oh, now the ref says, okay, go.
Saw the linesman's reference to head, knowing that Reese got shoulder to the head there. So just stopping to make sure he's okay. He gave him the okay.
Yep.
And back we go.
Yeah. Hesselbein now looking to boot it long. Ball sailing just over the midline. Tom DeVries now giving chase. Jake Lyon now on his wheels, coming on here quick. Ball
heads up in the
boom
in the booth. We almost retrieved a ball up here.
Yes, we certainly did. Ball quickly in now, looking to test, and UChicago just trying to send something in. You never want to say that you kind of sense something, but UChicago seems a little more panicked than they were, and rightfully
Paul,
so.
7 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Less than 7 minutes.
Less than 7 minutes to go. Hope still with a 1-0 lead. 6:40 to go in this game as the minutes tick down. UChicago still applying that high pressure, but Hope has done a tremendous job of having just an inordinate amount of counterattacks in this half. I haven't been counting them, obviously, But like we mentioned, they seem to be going at Alex Gomez on the far side there. They seem to be really trying to pull that counterattack up and catch UChicago off guard.
And, 50-50 balls.
DeVries with the header now on to Weigel. Gomez plays it back. A little bit of a dangerous play there. Weigel turning on the speed. And Josh Weigel, Matt Margarone and I, when he and I have called games, we've talked about it before. Josh Weigel's all over the field. The kid just runs. That's going to be a throw-in now for the Flying Dutchman. Jake Lyon jogging to the sideline. Going to take his time to flick that up and put it down the pitch here. You can sense in the atmosphere here as we tick down to about 5 minutes left. The Hope College Flying Dutchman faithful.
Getting a little bit louder.
Getting a little more rambunctious.
Yes. Once again, we need to win 50-50 balls, if for nothing else, to save extra 3, 5, 7 seconds at a time.
Yep.
So UChicago does not have the time. That's a good tackle. Once again.
Beautiful tackle.
Good recovery as well.
Yeah, ball still on the far side now, though. Sent in. Cole Pauly looking to put a body on it, and that's going to be a corner kick, they say. I'm not sure. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, once again, tough angle for us up here, but that
course,
linesman was right on that.
Yeah, the AR has the best vantage point there, right?
That corner.
We're not going to speculate. But.
Yep, coming from the corner, that's given us the most trouble here. Need a ball cleared out. It's good work. It's good work. Turn and face. Get out of bounds.
Yeah. Ball's going to go wide on that. Number 10, Schuster, looking to run and get that ball and set it on the goal line for Hesselbein, which you don't see unless you're down 1-0 and you're the national championship defending national champions, and there's 4 minutes left in the game. Then you definitely want to get that ball up and get it moving as fast as you can. Yeah, now ball as Tom DeVries runs on, giving chase.
That's in the box.
Bumped again, and the referee shakes his finger
again.
Says no. DeVries doing a fantastic job.
And the ball's back in play.
Yeah, DeVries doing a fantastic job of running onto those balls, getting bumped. I don't know how that wasn't a foul, but especially because he got bumped from behind. But a little bit of extra chippiness now coming into the game. We talked about the lack of bookings. We talked about the lack of fouls. Ref calling a very fair game thus far. Nice slide tackle there on the far side here as it'll be a throw-in for the Maroons.
3.5 minutes.
Woo! You can't ask for better soccer than this, Lance. You really can't. What a great game between the number 1 team in the country and the orange and blue Flying Dutchman out here, as Chicago's looking to send in a long ball now, easily cleared out there. Josh Weigel now looking to do something with it, as Hope is looking for just that one crack in Chicago's defense where they can break it open. Ball on the far side now, and another beautiful tackle there by Michael Dietz on the far side. True freshman Michael Dietz, both two freshmen, Caden Chenlow and Michael Dietz, who have played fantastic soccer tonight. Just sticking in there. Sent long now. Ethan Jansen with the ball here. Yep, and he's going to get bumped, and the referee says, well, that time, that body bump is a foul.
That was a foul. That was a foul. Once again, these are moments where teams hurt themselves, right?
Yeah.
UChicago, that did not need to be a foul, but we'll take it. And now with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, Ethan looking to put it back, get it back in. Dan Hesselbein looking to get it back in. He's got to win some of these 50-50s and recover.
Yeah, Hope needs to still shelf it a little bit, like we were talking about in the first half, where they are playing. Oh no, Tom DeVries wants that one back for sure, as he really got caught up in the legs of that UChicago Maroon offensive player there. I couldn't see who that was, but now number 24, Lyndon Hu, looking to send this ball right into the middle of the 6, and he does, and Hesselbein
gobbles it up
with those big mitts.
Minute and 25.
The Hope College faithful can just feel the energy start to raise here. 1 minute and 20 seconds left in this game as Hesselbein looks to put the ball down the middle here to DeVries, who's looking to head it on.
Win that ball. Yes.
Oh, Josh Weigel now looking to send it to Tom DeVries, and that ball's going to
not get out of bounds.
Not get out of bounds. I thought that was going to carry all the way for sure. And you're about to hear this crowd here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium get really loud, especially when Darren Dijsselmars gives the 10-second countdown. Ethan Jansen now.
That's a beautiful ball, Ethan Jansen.
Smartly played by Ethan Jansen. Looking to just put it down and let it kill some time. Goalkeeper now for UChicago, sending it down the field as Cole Pauly tries to get ahead on it. And this ball is dangerously across the top of the 18, still at the feet of the UChicago offense. Putting it back in here.
Nice
ball sent out. 20 seconds left in this game. The crowd coming alive here. Ethan Jansen now giving chase. And this crowd is about to become a raucous. Ball sent in. Clearing it out. And Hope College takes down #1 University of Chicago on their home turf.
Got some cramps.
Got some cramps down on the field. What an incredible game. The Flying Dutchman victorious here at Van Andel Soccer Stadium, 1-0 on just an enormous goal from Ethan Jansen, assisted by what we could call maybe man of the match, Tom DeVries, who had himself a heck of a game. These two teams showing an immense amount of love for one another as they shake hands and move through the handshake line, move through the congratulation line. Lance, what do you think? I can't say enough.
I hope we look back on this moment, Paul, later on in the season and say, when did the season shift in the direction of Hope becoming that dominant team, that team that can hang with anybody?
Yeah.
One goal. That's all we needed.
Oh
the defense plays well. We get a finish that we need. And once again, I'm sure Alan Babbitt will give us time of possession and let us know. But we want to make sure that even if it's 70-30 time of possession, that we finish and they don't.
Yep.
And tonight, that's exactly what happens.
Oh, gosh. And you cannot number one, we talked about the atmosphere at Van Andel Soccer Stadium. We talked about the environment. We talked about the University of Chicago coming in and being an excellent, excellent team. Hope just beat one of the best teams in the country, if not the best team in the country. And kudos, and all the kudos in the world to the University of Chicago and the University of Chicago faithful who made it out to this game. What an incredible, incredible evening of soccer.
A bus ride home after a loss at Van Andel Soccer Stadium. I hope we send a lot of people out of here this season with a couple-hour drive to think about it and say, wow, those Dutchmen are pretty good.
Yeah.
Well done, Dave Blahnik. Well done, the men of Hope Soccer.
Unbelievable. You've been watching Hope Athletics. I've been Paul Willard alongside my co-host with the co-most, Lance Pello. God, what an exciting game. I hope we get to do this again. I think we do in a couple weeks.
Hey, I think you're back here tomorrow, aren't you, Paul?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, the Dutchmen are back tomorrow.
The Dutchmen are back tomorrow.
So enjoy some margs tomorrow, I'm sure, for some soccer.
It's a Matt Squared story tomorrow.
Love it.
Matt Margarone and Matt Reblin tomorrow. So
all right.
From Van Andel Soccer Stadium, we're going to sign off. Flying Dutchman winning this contest against University of Chicago. 1-0 the final score here from Van Andel Soccer Stadium. You've been watching Hope College Athletics.
Roll Dutch.
There are over 5,000 colleges and universities in the United States alone, and nearly every single one of them is named after a location or a historical figure. But along the shores of Lake Michigan, there is a school whose namesake is not a founder, not a historical figure, not a state, city, or physical landmark. It is named after an ideal, a virtue, a way of life. Its name is hope. It is so easy to get lost in what this world lacks, to become discouraged by its needs, gaps, and flaws. Can we see beyond the uncertainty and brokenness? At Hope College, we do. Not by ignoring the world as it is, but by learning and living with the belief that this is not the world as it should be, by driving to understand, to unlock clarity, to amplify truth, by leading with inspired compassion, by embodying a vision that illuminates greater opportunity for all, by serving with anchored conviction, using our collective gifts to offer this world what it needs most. Hope. Not simply hope as a desire, but hope as a way of being. Because hope has changed the way we see the world, and hope drives us to change the way the world is. Because hope shapes our calling. Because hope inspires our dreams. Because hope empowers our talents. Because hope frees us to try. Because hope transforms what we believe, transforms how we act, transforms who we are. At Hope College, we know this life-altering grace is a gift we have all been given, and it is the greatest gift we can offer the world. Hope transforms.